Hey Mark, how you doing, my friend? I hope everyone hear me well. Also, that the internet is being weird today, so video quality might be a little bit weird. It's always fun, right? When you gotta clean up the lasers and all that. So there's a little bit of a delay also because again, internet. Yeah, I need to clean up two of my lasers. Good evening, Alex. How you doing? These spoke lasers. So today, being Friday, I'm gonna start talking a little bit of what's coming next weekend. So I don't know if we're gonna have a lot of people coming or not today because Friday, everyone wanna run home and not do much. But at the same time, is 1 week before next level laser conference, and I'm going like I've been going on the last couple ones, so I'm gonna have a couple special things over there. So we have right now our Talk Crafty to me. Ooh. So I'm taking some buttons and stuff like that for people as well. So I'm gonna try to just spread the love a little bit around. So how everyone's week was? Hey, how you doing, my friend? Long time no see. Thanks for joining. Industrial Fringes. You don't know him. He has awesome reviews and also great tips. He always is telling people how to make money, which is kind of what we all hear. But yes. So beards. Um, if you didn't heard John from Riley Black, we have this thing for the next level. So I'm gonna talk about this a little bit down again because we make kind of a bet. The bet basically is the person that collects less money for kids, and or in this case for the we're going with the Stage 4 Cancer Foundation, I believe, for everything, and I want to be walking with like a clear backpack so you can just on the zipper just put your donation seeds. And the person that makes the least money during this event, all the money is going to be donated, but the person that makes the least money is going to shave. So, oh, my beard. So I'm appealing to everyone that is going. This is the beard of experience. Okay, this beard here is experience. So these lines, this white salt and pepper is the experience, right? Yeah, see that I so this is something that happens. A couple years ago, I went back to Peru to finish some paperwork, see my son and everything, and I have my beer and all that. And my beer actually was here, like here, and all my documents were expired. So I have to kind of renew my documents at that time. And on my picture of the documents, I did not have a beard, so they make me shave if I want to get my documents. And I shave like clean shave, not trimmed. No. That was a clean shave. So I love my beard. To be honest, I like it. I when I started growing the beard, I didn't thought I would like a beard, but I do. I do like my beard. But if we can use this for actually we're gonna be shaving there. on the next level, we're taking the trimmer and we want to just trim it like number zero, I guess, and just go with it, like there with everyone. So everyone is going to know who makes what amount of money or what not, and we are just going to do it right there. But yeah, so I don't care really about shaving if I'm going to support a good cause. And we're doing this for, having a donation and try to help a little bit of people. But it's still, I mean, you nourish your beer. But yes, so that means that you're going, right? You're gonna be there on next level. If you're gonna be there next level, we have to get together. We definitely need to hang out for a little bit, and I really want to talk to you because as me, you help a lot of people with your channel, and we should talk. We should definitely talk and see how we can expand the help. But yes, we're gonna be doing that absolutely. Hey, Danny, how you doing, my friend? So it's 7:04. So we're getting some people in. That's great. Philip, how you doing? Hello from South Carolina. We're in South Carolina, Philip. I'm in Seneca. So my goal is in some point having these sessions because I'm sitting on the back of the store and then I have all the front. So my idea is having these sections to inspire people to come to do crafts here because we don't just sell stuff. We actually want people to be able to do things here and just use it as a hangout spot. I have a place and people sometimes need an extra space just to gather and talk. Oh, Monk's Corner. Nice. I have no idea where that is. I moved only 3 years ago to South Carolina and I'm being like very local. So let's talk about a couple new things that are happening in from the laser industry to different other stuff. First of all, if anyone has a 3D printer, I encourage to do some things for Halloween, and I do like skulls and stuff like that for kids. Oh, close to Charleston. Okay, all right, that's not too far. Just what, 4 hours from me or so. So I print this for my neighbor that she is on a tattoo artist, and she's going to put like a tattoos and stuff on this. So look at this guy. I mean, the quality of this print is awesome. I just love it. Like straight up love it. I think it's great. So she's going to be putting tattoos and all that in here. But hey, my friend from UK. It's 5 past midnight. No. How you doing? Um, thank you for staying up and joining. But yes, definitely, the industry is changing, and more machines and more stuff are coming, and I've been contacted by Alien Cell, so I hope someone from Alien Cell join. I know it's super early for them. It's right now 7 a.m. So I want to be helping them. Hopefully, I'm not sure 100%, but hopefully they made it. Um, we're gonna be working probably to showcase their machine. They have this machine that I did a demo here in the store, the Alien Cell X1, uh, and I was super surprised because the technology that they're bringing and how they're kind of emerging technology from a 3D printing to the lasers is, I think, is very beneficial for the industry, and especially because I like to work with a 16 by 18, uh, sorry, 16 by 24 slats of wood, because I mean it's great to make like a nice. If you are into maps, you do that super nice, and you have like a nice lake map and stuff like that. 16 by 24. It's a really generous size. So that's a map that you probably spend $20 on materials, and that's a map that you sell for $120, right? So it's $100 profit, and you need to find the right customer for it. So this machine, being a diode laser, allows me to do this big, large format. So it's getting into the threshold between a diode laser and CO2, in my opinion. Hey Ray, my friend, how you doing? Ray from Georgia. He actually came to our store on the opening day to see what's going on, and I cannot appreciate more the support. That's incredible. Thank you so much. And Alien Cell is putting the machine, and we're gonna be testing the machine and showing some of the stuff that's the machine. But everyone here knows right now that one of the main things on lasers is your settings. So your settings are super important regardless of what you do. Your lasers are the most important thing, and you save your settings and all that. They create a system that they are feeding into the software, testing materials and all that. I mean, they literally are doing this by hand so we can use it super easy. And it is not a picture of your material. You input what material it is, and it has the properties of that material. Of course, there is, I want to give a take. I don't know exactly how precise it's going to be every time. I want to be testing that, of course. But so far, he bring the laser in some leather, and it was incredibly accurate because I spent like 15-20 minutes getting into my settings and getting it right. And at the end of the day, he just grabbed the software, moved the slider when it says how dark it is, and it has like a real-time rendering, and he got exact just in 2 seconds, like literally. So that was for me incredible because I spent so much time trying to make my settings to look right for the engraving that he just did in 2 seconds with a slider. And it's not a laser person. It's not like he knew where he would go. He just went with the real-time preview that they have, and that was really cool. Led Zeppelin, right? That's from Led Zeppelin, I believe. Engraving from UK, an idea for your shop. You could also encourage material swapping. Yes, actually, you are the second person that mentioned that. I have a customer that came one day, and we were talking about what they do and what kind of materials they use, and she was kind of looking to do some glass and things. It's a brilliant idea, honestly, because a lot of people. I have some unique materials in this section here that not everyone use. We use it for different crafts, and that's something that I enjoy more when people discover new materials that can be automatically used as new income, and that's a great idea. I need to find me on Facebook. Let's talk a little bit more about it because I do believe that is also key. I think that is a good idea. But yes, so we were talking and playing with this laser, and now they're gonna be on next level. So for next level, like I said, I'm taking my Talk Crafty to me pins, and we're gonna be also trying to get. We're gonna be trying to get a little group of people. Probably try to see if we can make like a meetup or something like that. Depends on what is available. But I want to hear from everyone. You know what's going on with everyone business and how they're dealing with different things because the market is changing a lot. And I believe that we all need to support each other in different ways. So I'm taking buttons, I'm taking pens, I'm taking keychains. Yes, I don't know if Catherine from Primary Market will join, but yes, overachiever. It's interesting to see how everything goes to different levels in the industry and your business. But I do believe that when you start creating your business, especially on the craft scenario, because we don't do laser only. I mean, I do have all kind of my machines for lasers, but we do the 3D printing, we do screen printing, we do DTF, and one of the main things that we are having now is bigger shops here in town, because we are 8,000 people town. Bigger shops here in town are finding different customers Katie, my friend, Monarch Pine is in the house. Yes, Monarch Pine. We do have a whole area for just Monarch Pine. It's great. The best quality you can get for jewelry on your laser business on just buying jewelry is Katie. You have to go with it. And you can use the code AlivePixel for a discount. Um, but yeah, in town, people is finding that small shops like this one now is turning into, oh, we need to start working out a little bit more with people, not just asking people to order a minimum of 1,000 something. So I hope we can create more of a community in my area about it. I think here still there's a lot of weird competition going, but we're not here to compete. They have their own niche. Our niche is more into the crafting, and kind of a going with I need one of whatever. So it's a little bit different. Um, but next level gave you that feeling. I'm gonna guess that this year next level is gonna be a tad bigger than last year. They've been growing. Mark and Will, they're growing. And I think Katie is gonna have a booth in there, so I might put my little flyer in your booth, Katie. I'm putting in a couple booths. I'm taking some flyers to put in a couple booths there. Actually, that was Blake's idea. So, yeah, I might take my flyer to your booth. But community, laser people in this industry start as a competition, and now we are building community. And I think if you're smart, you find your allies, right? And it's not an allies for fighting with anyone. It's more an allies to support yourself and support them. So, for example, if I don't have a laser that can go with a bed of, I'm gonna say 30 inches by 48 inches, probably the next person is going to have that in my area, and I will be happy to send business to that person, right? Not just say, no, I don't know. So we need to support our community, but absolutely is something that people needs to understand, the craft community and not just lasers overall. Even if you're doing DTF, you're doing t-shirts, we need to support each other, because it's not about how much you can grab, and you're going to end up biting more than you can chew, and that's going to be terrible for your brand. So rely on people around you, and that's what the next level does. Next level really enforce people to create community, which is great, because Mark and Will do that all the time. So I will encourage anyone that is going to the next level, try to just mingle. It's not about, oh, I don't go in because I don't know anyone. Trust me, no one there cares who you are friends with. They just want to hang out and have a good time with you. So that's something that I learned too, because I was like, I don't know if that will worth the time or whatever. No one knows me. But the first time that I went, it was hilarious, because I was just walking with, like a kid that lost his mom, like looking everywhere, and no one to really say hi that I know, like walking around. I know vendors, but that's it. But all out of the blue, this lady came back and touched me in the back and said, like, you're Daniel from the Jigs. Now, yes. So I gave him my stickers and other stuff. And we were talking, and happens that she was a customer from years. So this was like something that happens completely out of the blue, you know? So it's interesting to know that a person that you sold something, regardless of what it was, you help her in a way, right? I do a lot of education, and I try to help people over the chat, over the phone, as much as I can. And sometimes it's just people that need not a setting, but the advice of how to find the setting. And that little piece of knowledge that probably took me 2 seconds on the chat turns into a 3 hours conversation on the next level. And she was telling me all the stories about how her business actually start to grow because she realized that the machine that she has was more than just something to make little things for a friend. It turns it to be something that she can make two, three, four, five things for the weekend and sell it in the local market or supply into the local market. So it's important that support. And I encourage everyone to look right next to you in your town who has something similar. Find what you do that they don't, and what they don't do that you do, and try to find that line where you guys can collaborate. Yes. So supporting each other is a really good way to prosper. That's absolutely right, Led Zeppelin. Mark, yeah, and also, for example, Mark, if you guys don't know, he was actually our customer 0001 on a live pixel when I opened the first time the website. He was the first person that bought something from me. And I really don't remember what you bought. But I'm gonna guess that you bought a jig. Or no, I actually think you bought a C axis for your D1. But yeah, it was our customer 01 actually on our website, Alive Pixel. Uh, and thank you, Katie. We try to keep it clean. It's a lot cleaner than my shop in my house, but my house is a workshop. But yeah, supporting people was one of the things that I learned more into the craft industry than into the marketing and design, because in marketing and design you're kind of a no, don't play with my Legos kind of thing. So please, crafters, support each other. We gotta grow, and the only way to do it is with a little help of your friends. So, who besides Katie is going to next level? Excuse me. Oh my god. Who is going to next level next week? So I'm gonna be driving, so I'll publish my route. If someone wants me to stop on the route, I'll be happy to do so. But who's going? Roy, yes. You're going. I forgot about you, man. Sorry about that. Roy's going. Um, nice. See, I love the name of your business, Dessert Fab Works LLC. That's an awesome name for a fabrication business. Uh, uh, please, if I see your icon, but I have no idea how you look like because it's this big. But if you see me around, just let me know so we can talk, man. We can talk. Absolutely, I would love to hang out with everyone. Um, when I was teaching, so a lot of you guys don't know, I teach for 7 years in college, and I teach 3D animation. Um, One of the things that I tell my students, because in that time 3D animation was handmade, like literally you animate like frame by frame everything, right? Uh, we need to make a next level laser UK edition, so we all fly there. And when you animate back in 2000 or late 90s, you take time. So my speech every time I talk about the introductory class and what we want to do and everything, I always say to my students, sleep takes too much time. So start losing some sleep so you can pass on my class. Um, oh yes, I know that you have your eye surgery. How everything is going with you, man? I know you went back home a couple days ago, right, Ray? Um, or a couple weeks ago. So I I can stay up late. I can wake up early. I don't know how I do it, and I also at this age I don't know why I'm doing it. But yes. So they do plasma cutter, laser cutting, laser engraving, 3D printing, and much more. Full-time firefighter. Thank you so much for what you do, man. And with the business side, absolutely, man. Absolutely, I appreciate so much first responders because they are the ones that come to take care of you if anything happened. So I really appreciate you being a firefighter. That's very very noble. Um, and yeah, it's crazy because when you're young, you don't know that you can go party for 3 days and you're fine. I'm 45 right now, and if I party for 3 days, I'm saying that I'm gonna say that I'm fine, but I feel like a train just hit me. So, no, no anymore. I try not to, but I still do it here and there, especially in events, because I try to use my time with everyone. Um, so, what you think? What you guys that are going for next level? We have 12 people right now, so if you didn't comment anything on the chat, just say hi on the chat so I know that you're here with us. But what you think is something that you want to see on next level? I know we have a lot of classes, I know we have a lot of vendors, but what is your expectation of an event like next level laser conference? Because the location is probably great for a vacation, and I'm kind of going to regret to be on a whole nice place and not be able to enjoy it. So what you guys think is going to be the best thing? Because I would love to be on the lazy river, that's for sure. This is gonna be your second year, so you were last year. So we probably already met. I'm terrible with names, though. I remember faces. That's normal. I mean, and trust me, teaching and not knowing names is difficult because I'm like you in the third row. So yeah, that was that was a little bit different for me. But yeah. So, who wants a UV laser? UV lasers now are a hot topic on the laser industry, and we go from 5 watt. Well, I think there is a company that does at 2.5 watts. Not sure. I have 5 watts lasers. I just saw Con Marker. They release a new laser coming on the 27. I hope they are going to have this laser more advertised. They advertise heavily the Omni one, but kind of at the end where they were going to, they were trying to push the new one that they're setting out. Is the Omni X. So, yes, I'm gonna. Thank you, Danny. I actually try to do all my jigs based on what the customer will like, kind of what you expect from a jig, more than just make a jig. So I'm working on a video that is probably going to be right after the 27 out, but I'm gonna show you this. I don't know how well we can see it there. This is right now sitting on my kitchen. So if Tess is seeing this, I'm sorry. I use a whole island because this thing is big. Like, it is big. David, how you doing, my friend? 5 watt. So I've been using the 5 watt for the longest, and I gotta be honest. I personally don't see myself needing more than the 5 watt. Um, but 5 watt, I have a cone marker, and the 5 watt is doing pretty much everything. Yes, Mark, that's the Omni X. Is going to be released on the 27th. So I can just show you a picture. I cannot say anything else, but I can tell you that it's really heavy. It's 64 pounds. And having the handles right now up here, like almost my chest side, to move it out of the island is not a great idea. So that didn't work great for me when I assembled it. So I need to move the whole thing. But yes. David, send me a message on Facebook. I can help you with some settings on the Omni One if you want to. Rick for Newport. So, lasers and resin, highly toxic to begin with. You shouldn't. But the way I actually use my laser with, oh, nice, yeah, the hot clip jig is awesome. If you want to do resin and craft with lasers and resin, what I would recommend is use a laser to cut pieces or chunks of wood and different stuff, make like a unique engravings that then you kind of immortalize under your resin. But you should not try to engrave on resin because it's highly toxic. That's my advice. Of course, you can do it with a mask and probably a really good exhaust system, but I will try not to. That's me though. But you can immortalize. I mean, even if it's a cork thing, you can just engrave, cut, whatever, and then cover it in resin. And that brings me to a topic, and this is a crafting topic. Okay, so I want you guys to tell me about this because this is a crafting topic that I talk with everyone, and I want to talk with you guys about two things. And Katie, please tell me that you're still here because I want your opinion on this. So Katie, say hi so I can actually ask you something, and I want to start with that one. Let's see. All right. So, Ricky, I'm looking to add resin after. Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect, Ricky. Yeah, don't try to burn on the resin. I saw people putting color and pigments on resin and then trying to engrave. No, that's a lung cancer or whatever. That third arm growing that you don't want. So, okay, if Katie is here, I hope she can give us a little bit of an insight on this. So, let's talk about jewelry engraving. And I don't have nothing with jewelry, but I have this thing on my hands right now. So I wanna. This is an engrave for a customer on metal, right? And this, of course, build a coating and make this kind of engrave. Anyways, um, there is a big debate, and this is something that I personally think shouldn't happen, but it still happens. Yes, I know, Ray, but I mean, I remember your experience with X-Tool, so I don't know about you, man, but probably not me. Um, you want to engrave jewelry. Jewelry give you a amazing profit margins. Depending on what you do, you can buy jewelry from Katie at monarchpine.com. And you buy jewelry all the way from $3 to $5 range, or $2.50 to $5 range. Let's say that a piece costs that, and then you want to engrave it. So definitely you want to use a fiber laser, infrared laser, if you want to call it too, and different other ones. So there's a couple things that I don't really understand. Like, how many of you guys went before and do an engraving on a real jeweler, like a watch. On the back of the watch, you put the engraving. It's something very common. Everyone give a watch and kind of have an idea of what everything is about. And you pay by letter, right? You pay the engraving by letter. It can be anywhere, let's say $2 a letter to 5 or 10. I don't know, depending where you go. And we go and now we engrave jewelry, and we usually put like $5 per side or whatever. Uh, but we are pursuing, and this is the part that I'm conflicted about jewelry engraving. Most people pursue black engraving on jewelry. And when I say jewelry, that goes with silver, rose gold, or gold color. So I'm personally against it. I don't like black engraving on jewelry because I personally don't feel like it looks classy or elegant. It turns more into a souvenir more than jewelry, in my opinion. So tell me, let me know, and even if you're seeing this video not live, you're just seeing it after. I want to see in the comments what is your take on jewelry, because when you go to a jeweler and you engrave the back of your watch, a wristband, a necklace, anything, a pendant, you get a light marking on that jewelry that is almost the same color. You just move it around, to be able to see the marking with the light. And you still pay 50, 80, $100 to get something engraved on a jeweler, but you never get black marking on jewelry. So I don't know how that it starts to be a trend and turns into, we have to have a black marking. Annealing on steel is slow and heats up the metal, and if you're not careful enough, it might warp, it might kind of change colorations and different other things. So I think that going after a black marking is kind of a shooting yourself on the foot with how much money you make from your laser engraving jewelry. Normally my jewelry engraving is about 10 seconds tops or so, and we sold plenty, and no one says I wish it's darker. No one. Everyone is so pretty, I want more. So I want to leave that as a homework, because I don't know where we start going after black marking in jewelry, especially if you want to do something different and you want a black marking, I get it. But jewelry, I think we are pursuing something that we shouldn't. We are wasting time and money, and we should make more money per hour with our machines, I believe. So leave me some comments. Give me some insights of what's going on with that. I think I'm a little lost, really. I don't do black engraving on jewelry whatsoever. That's the reality too. I don't like the time. I mean, I don't want to spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes on a piece of jewelry. So no, and especially if I'm doing it with a small laser. If I do with the fibers, different options. But give me some comments on that if any of you guys are working on jewelry. And then there is another part on the crafting, this industry with lasers. Yeah, you can use a diode with a spray, but see, when you have something on your cloth that kind of catch the little things on the cloth because it's raspy, it's not like super smooth ever again. I don't know if that's a good thing either, Mark. I don't really like the marking spray on jewelry. I like more. I want to say that the marking spray I use it for door signs, desk signs, and things like that, and probably tumblers in different ways because increase the grip. But jewelry, I think, lose the softness, the smoothness of the jewelry piece that you're working on. Um, then another part that I think I'm conflicted with is coasters. Yes, especially slate coasters. So you see every now and then anyone coming with a slate coaster, right? And they engrave everything. And the next thing that they ask on the groups is what I can use to seal my coaster. So I think that is, yes, yes, that's a good point, Mark. That's a really good point. Um, I think when you do a coaster, regardless of what material it is, and you want to seal that coaster so it doesn't get ruined, you are destroying the purpose of the coaster, because the main idea of the coaster is to absorb water. So whatever you have in there, it goes into the coaster and don't end up on your table. So let's say that you do an engraving on the coaster, and yes, I get it, you're kind of protecting the coaster, but it's not a coaster anymore, it's decoration. So, and you put a spray on top after you engrave, and you seal it with a lacquer. You put polyurethane or whatever, even resin. I saw people put a resin. I think it's defeating the purpose. I don't know you guys, but I feel like that takes the concept of having a coaster under your glass completely away. I don't seal the coasters that I make. When I need to clean them, I just pass them with water. That's usually more than enough. Wash them. Or, oh, yes, Roy, my friend, these guys is probably one of the cheapest things you can buy. And if you have the right saying, I have all kind of sayings for dog staff and dog people, these are going to always be definitely one of the biggest sellers regardless. So yes, definitely that's something that always going to be. But a lot of people seal the coasters. Even I saw core coasters that they engrave in it because they didn't control how much they put on the coaster. So when you do the coaster, you gotta control how much, because if not, you start making a hole and it's dark, right? So when they do that hole and it's dark, because again, I think we're losing the concept of what we do with the laser, and we're trying to pursue the black. If you want to pursue the black, don't burn this with a laser. Use screen printing. But people go with the black, and because they pass their fingers and they see the tooth coming out of the black, they seal it. They put lacquer on top or something like that. And I think that's where everything kind of goes south, in my opinion. I don't think anyone should be doing that. Hey Sandy, how you doing? Thank you for joining. Long time no see. But yeah, it is a little bit different. I mean, we should be always worried about how much money we can make per hour on the machine, regardless of design, regardless of anything. You need to make sure that your machine produces more money per hour and not produce more work for you, because that's why you buy a laser. Use a screen printing if you want black. It's faster, easier, and cheaper than buying a laser. You can even do on a stamp. You can buy waterproof stamps, and the ink is waterproof, so you just stamp it and put one over another, and you can have hundreds an hour sitting watching TV. I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much, Sandy. Glad to hear you're doing well. But we need to we need to change and pivot a little bit our concept of lasers and our concept of what we do in crafting, because I've been noticing, and that includes me. I mean, I've been noticing myself trying to overcomplicate some things that I want to do it with my laser for whatever reason, but in reality, it's a lot faster to do it some other ways. Like you have a laser and you have a mass production, for example, of cutting boards, right? And you also have a fiber laser. So we know that the fiber laser won't work, but you can do on the fiber laser, for example, a little metal stamp. Just do the metal stamp that you heat up after. So you do all your cutting boards, and once you're finished, just heat up that metal stamp, flip the board, and step one and two and three, and you're burning like branding iron your brand into your product, and that will take you a third of the time of putting it on the laser and sending the logo for each little part, because I mean, branding iron is the way to do it faster, and you can do this with a branding iron. If you have a design, just try to get a rubber stamp, or you can get a metal branding iron, heat it up and put it on top, and you're good to go. uh, we love lasers, I do, but we need to understand that if you want to make money, you need to work smarter, no harder, right? In between setting everything on your laser to going all the way, all the way to create a whole contraction that it can support different materials, when in reality probably you can go to Home Depot and get two things to make it. So this channel is coming because we want to, and these are conversations that we have. I want to specifically to start putting options to people to do different things and use their lasers in the smart way, their other equipment in the smart way. You don't need a $20,000 laser to do a cutting board, right? Like I said 100 times, my cutting boards are done on a diode. I do have a CO2, and the CO2 is for cutting acrylics and things that my diode won't. But I literally engrave on a diode. It's not breaking the bank. It's probably the best thing to engrave. I think the richness of the color is amazing. But next topic, let's put the lasers on the side. This is not a school day. This is mostly try to find the way to encourage people to do more, because we spend so much money in equipment. We have so much equipment around that sometimes we just don't know what to do with it, and that's how this store actually was born. Let's try to do it differently, right? So next topic. On my way to Texas, I'll be putting what are the areas and kind of where I'm planning to stop using different things. Yeah, and the D1 mark is being a workhorse for anyone that knew how to keep the machine going, because a lot of people, remember, don't do service in their machines, regardless of the brand, regardless of what machine is. They don't take care of the machine. So that is the problem. You always have to take care of your machine. It's like your car needs an oil change, not oil, but same grease. It needs a cleanup. You need to clean the lenses and different other stuff and make sure that everything is working. So if you don't do it, eventually you're going to end up with a nice paperweight. And if you have the Pro version, I know you have the regular D1, but if you have the Pro version, it's a red paperweight too. So, anyways, um, so what you guys think I should do on my way to Texas? So it's only, I know I say only, it's only 13 hours. So I live in South Carolina. So I don't know where my route is going to be exactly. I know that I'm going through Oklahoma, and probably I'm going to cross Alabama and whatnot. But you guys have a place that you think I should stop? I don't even know my route. I don't want to make it longer, but I don't mind stopping. So that's for sure. I mean, you are welcome to do that. Now, I know that you're talking in past. Well, you're already in Texas? You're in Pennsylvania, right, Roy? I believe. All right, so we have 10 more minutes, guys. I want to hear your North Carolina. You're around the corner, man. Are you flying? Um, you're around the corner, man. We should even get together just for shits and giggles. You know, you're not that far, probably what 5 hours. That's not the end of the world. I drive a lot. I got used to drive a lot, but yes. Um, so we're gonna try to connect more and more. We're gonna be doing this live, guys, every Friday. 1 hour hangout. Let's talk. Like kind of a catch up of, and unwind of things, or just rant about what's going on. So far, I can tell you a couple of things. Number one, my cat love lasers. I don't know why. I'm from South Carolina. What is Boozies? Bucky's. I know. Bucky's. Bucky's is a big gas station that is actually a Texas franchise. And it's like a mall. I've been in 40 different states, and wherever I find a Bucky's. So when I travel, my favorite stops. If I know that I'm in an area that there is no Bucky's, for me is Love's gas stations. That's where I stop, because so far is one of the few that I found the cleanest. If I don't have Love's in the area, most likely I'm gonna have Bucky's, and if I don't have Bucky's, I'll hold it as much as I can. But now I'm driving a hybrid, so that part of holding until you have to go to the gas station again is turning into a problem, because I used to be good holding it for 300 miles. I'm not great holding it for 500. So, I don't know you guys, but I don't know if it's part of getting older, but 500 miles with no bathroom and drinking something on the way, that ain't good at all. That's not the greatest. But Bucky's, if you have the option to go to Bucky's, you have to go to Bucky's. Oh yeah, so from UK to Bucky's is not insane. Yeah, so if you're going to be in Texas, as soon as you leave any city, you're gonna find a Bucky's, like literally. Almost any city, you will find a Bucky's everywhere. And the next time you go to Texas, Sunday, you have to stop on Bucky's. Like literally, just catch an Uber, drive there, and say like, "Take me to Bucky's, to the nearest Bucky's." You're not going to regret it. I mean, you. The only thing that you cannot do there is groceries, really. But everything in between that is not like lettuce and vegetables is there. Whatever is home decor, Bucky's. You want jerky? They have a whole jerky bar, which is great if you like, jerky. And they'll pull pork on the barbecue sauce, sandwiches. Oh my god! And the breakfast sandwich, and also the breakfast burritos, the Bucky's breakfast burritos. They're huge. A breakfast burrito is like yay big. It's awesome. Yep. Yeah, they really do have the best jerky. That's the way to go for me. And I like their pork rinds. They're great. Yeah. So Tess, she did not know Bucky's either. So she went with me. We went to. I think this is the trip to Kentucky that we stopped on the Bucky's for the first time for her. And she was like, "Oh my lord!" Because Colorado doesn't have Buc-ee's, right? She's from Colorado, and of course, she didn't knew that Buc-ee's was such a big thing. We were getting into Buc-ee's, and she was like, "No, I don't need anything. Probably I get something to drink and go to the bathroom." That's that's fair. But then you walk into Buc-ee's and you see that it's like walking into a target of gas stations, like literally. And all of a sudden you find yourself like, number one, there is hundreds of people buying at the same time than you, and it's not very common to see a gas station that you have a cart to go shopping. So yeah, that's a whole different experience. So if you don't know Buc-ee's, you have to go. That's part of a road trip, Buc-ee's. And now they're opening a Buc-ee's nearby. I think it's like 60 miles from here. But yeah, I don't know about that. It's not like I'm gonna drive 60 miles just to go to a gas station. Their jerk is good, but not that good. You know what I'm saying? No. Um. Anyways, guys. So the idea of Fridays, I wanna put in here because we did the live last week on Facebook just to kind of see what people says and what people likes, and we're doing the live this week on YouTube where it's going to actually live. We're calling this Talk Crafty to me, and when I say Talk Crafty to me is dirty. No, I'm kidding. When I say Talk Crafty to me, it means I want to hear your issues with whatever you are working on. I want to know what's going on and try to see how I can help you. What I'm do for a living is I actually find solutions for different elements on the design aspect to all the craft aspect to different things. So I have a lot of experience with materials and different techniques. I was in art school, so it's kind of what I do. And the Talk Crafty to me is because I want to hear from you. Hey, I have a project and I have this problem and I don't know how to solve it. So we can come out with creative ideas and support our businesses, support everyone so we can grow. That's the Talk Crafty to me, and I want to hear it from you guys. So I'm gonna say to everyone that joins today, thank you so much, guys. I'm gonna be putting down the road this video for everyone to watch it, and of course we're gonna be adding different things like discount codes. I have so many good people that is supporting us and supporting the community. Blake from Great Lake Laser Supply is an amazing human being. I have the luck to meet him in person, and we're good friends. At least that's what I believe. Talk to me, Blake. We have Alan from Lancaster Supply. It's great. And I know I'm going to forget someone. We have Mary from Not Just Frames. She's supporting a lot of stuff. So Katie was here with Mother Pine. We are trying to bring this. Yes, don't forget the like button. Exactly. Please, people, give us a like and share this video so more people can join. But we have an amazing support group for craft overall, and that's what I want you guys to have access to. And hey, Rylan, how you doing? Please talk crafty to me. Of course, I will. But yeah, Talk Crafty to me is to hear you guys, your projects, your concerns, your problems, how I can do this, how I can do that. I have a lot of experience over years, 20 years doing crafts, from materials to industrial grade projects. And I want to help you solve different things. So we're going to be joining every Friday, 7 to 8. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk crafty to each other, kind of get the weekend started. So I want to say thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I hope we can grow this community. There is nothing here to pay. This is just come and hang out. Let's talk and let's solve the world problems, at least on the craft side. That's the whole purpose of this. I will be looking for everyone's coupon codes and stuff that I can throw for you guys so you can buy something or whatever and save some money, because the community needs to save a little bit of money. We all do that. If you don't know, I do also my education. I have alivepixelacademy.com. I do education and one-on-ones, and we have our jigs for laser and different other stuff, UV printing and everything in alivepixelcreates.com. So give it a look on that. And guys, thank you so much for joining. And hey, fire the laser. Ciao.